friendship and the strategy coaching are all strengths in her Plexus business that she loves. And leading from the front is a daily goal for her. Sadie is newly engaged, so help me congratulate her on that. So exciting. And like I said, she's got two amazing girls. So she cannot wait to connect with each and every one of you and share some great tips. So Sadie, it is all yours. The floor is yours.
Can you turn the volume up just a little bit?
Thank you so much, Ryan. You guys, I'm so excited to be here. I cannot wait to connect with you about this. This is a passion of mine, and I'm sharing some tips that have really helped not only me, but my team as well. So, you know, we're first going to be talking about prospecting in person, right? And that can be pretty scary. So it's even possibly the scariest thing. But what you need to know is all it's about is connection. All it's about is learning about the other person. So for some of you, for most of you, when you can get past that fear, this is going to be an incredible tool for you. And I'm going to try to teach you how to use this appropriately. So prospecting just overall is not just for figuring out if somebody is going to say yes. It's about for learning if they're a fit for you. It's about learning if they're a fit for our products and a fit for your team. And that's a great thing. So the first thing we're going to talk about is inviting people to coffee or lunch. Again, this could sound like really scary. It doesn't have to. If you're just leading with wanting to get to know somebody and being interested in others, this should be simply something that is going to expand your life. You don't know what's going to happen when you get there to coffee or lunch. You know, they've said yes to you, and that means that they're interested in you. That means that something about you attracts them. And so I want you to feel the confidence in that. So just saying to a mom at school or saying to somebody that you've always really respected, hey girl, I would love to grab a coffee with you. I'd love to learn more about you. Like, are you free next week? I'd love to do this. Or same thing with lunch. So obviously, many of us are working this business in the nooks and crannies of our life. This means that we're working it alongside being a mom, a professional, somebody that's active in the community. The thing that's amazing about this business is that we can fit it into anything. But the point is that we have to fit it in. We have to let people know what we're all about and let people know that we're open for business. And maybe we're always at the ball field. Maybe we're always up at the school. Maybe we're always at our networking events for our local chamber of commerce, something like that. Whatever it is, right? Starting conversations and being interested in people, asking them questions about themselves and talking less than you normally would will allow them to open up to you and give you details about how Plexus might be a fit for them. So the more we're interested, right, the more that people are going to be just really open to sharing. So the next thing I'm going to talk to you about, and something that has blown my local team out of the water, is hosting a sip and share. This can also feel really scary, but I can promise you that it can be as simple as folks coming over just to hang out. It doesn't have to be something that is a formal presentation or something that's super scary. Hosting a sip and share is a way to get people in your network to come over, bond together with teammates, having teammates invite people, and just kind of, sharing the good news of this in a local open setting. So if you are a leader, I would encourage you to open up this conversation with your team. If you're somebody watching this and you're thinking, I could do that, I've been afraid to do it, but I think it could be fun, start with a smaller group. It is awesome. We love doing it on my team, and it's something that I always look forward to. So the next thing I want to talk to you about with prospecting in person is joining an in-person club or group. Guys, this is a book club. This is bunco. This is, anything where you're, again, around people, an interest of yours. When you can pursue your own interests, you're going to find people like you. And that's what you want to fill your Plexus team with. Those are the people that may align with your values and be a fit. Next slide. Okay, perfect.
You can
like we said, in-person events are everything for us. We love it. I travel and do them when I'm not with my local team. I encourage them, and I think that they're phenomenal. So these are a couple pictures of my girls, my teammates, just getting together and loving it. We always try to document. Some of my leaders are so good at this. I'm so thankful, but always document these so you can look back and remember all of the good times. Next slide. Okay, awesome. So when prospecting on social media. So guys, here's the thing about prospecting on social media. That is such a superpower of our business. It is not only a superpower of our business, but it's a way to fit, again, in the nooks and crannies, this business, and really just share what you're doing, what you're interested in, what you offer in a short amount of time. But it comes with the responsibility. So it's a superpower of our model, and it's a responsibility of our model. Okay. So this is what I'm going to encourage you to do. Joining those online groups. Okay. This is something just like I shared about prospecting in person. You can prospect online the same way by just pursuing your own interests. What groups are you in? Do you have, something with your children? Do you want to pursue crafting? Do you want to pursue, it really doesn't matter. Maybe even an adult soccer team, something like that. Okay. Joining those online groups is a way for you to connect in with people that are on your wavelength. They are in alignment with you. And so what I'm going to invite you to do is you're going to take the conversation though outside of that group, because a lot of those groups have rules about engaging or talking about Plexus, talking about any other business. They don't like that. So we want to respect those rules. And in fact, I met my sponsor in a baby group that started on Baby Center and found its way to Facebook. So this is something that I really obviously have seen totally works. So the responsibility of our business, you guys, it's a non-negotiable to be posting in your stories and posting on your wall. Totally non-negotiable. Okay. You have to be doing it. That's obviously not necessarily what this is about. I'm going to share some social media examples with you, but you've got to do it. You've got to let people know that you're open for business and that you are ready to talk to them and be a representative of the best company that there is, which is Plexus Worldwide. So follow up with people that engage with you on that post, whether they like it or they comment. What you're going to do is you're going to reach out, and first thing you're going to do is say, thank you for reaching out. Thank you for supporting my post. Thank you for your comment. I am so interested to hear what resonated with you, what interested you, what, maybe they've just liked it or reacted to it. And you're saying, thank you for your support. Have you ever thought about trying Plexus yourself? Something that simple can really open the door to a conversation where you can start the prospecting process. So anyone also, right? Social media, again, is our superpower with this. It really is. And when we pay attention and observe, we are given the opportunity to watch what's going on in other people's lives. And you guys, I don't know if you've noticed this, but sometimes people complain about how they're feeling. Sometimes they're opening up about something going on with a child or a parent, and they need a solution. And genuinely reaching out, and this is not opportunistic when done the right way, but reaching out and saying to them, friend, I it broke my heart to read what you shared on your Facebook post. Could you tell me more about it? Because I might be able to help you, and I'd love to just listen a little bit more. Saying something like that is going to disarm any type of negative reaction that they might have and really help them understand that you're there to help. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have noticed or how long you've been in Plexus, but I've been in Plexus about 6.5 years, and our virtual office tools are everything. Like, they're amazing. They have answered every ailment that we have brought to the table. And if they have not answered it right away, when we bring it to the table, they answer, I promise. So this is one of my very favorite tools that's found in your virtual office. If you're a new ambassador, or if you're a tenured ambassador, but you're looking for this form, you're going to go to where it says new ambassadors, click here. And I believe this one is located on day 3. So this is leads that you didn't know that you had. This is going to prompt you, okay, into where people in your life may fall. And so when people in my organization feel like they don't know where to start, or they feel like they've hit a wall, I bring this sheet out and I say, let's fill it out together. I'll fill it out with you. And guess what? Every single time that I fill it out, I come up with new names. I come up with more names. I come up with people I didn't even think about. And this is just a phenomenal tool to get your juices flowing and your thought process going. So I very much invite you to use it. Okay, so here is the thing about the in-person conversation. I am a big fan of this. I am definitely somebody who is one of those extroverted introverts, right? I love being around people. It charges me up, but I love my alone time too. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I can't do this, I'm an introvert. When you make it about other people, you literally elevate them to a place that is going to leave a lasting impression with them. So remember, you're a human billboard, but you're also a real human being. And I'm always going to be the person that tells you that realness is relatable, okay? The perfect life, the perfect home, it doesn't exist. It really doesn't, you guys. So be yourself. That's what we want to see. Being authentically you is a way for you to draw other people in. Your people, your tribe, they're waiting to connect with you, and they can't do it unless you're being yourself. Being a good listener is everything. And you observe, and observe the body language of your contact, right? You know when someone is feeling open or warm. You know when somebody is not feeling it. And you can just say to them, you know what, friend, we can take this up another time. You know, I don't mean to bring this up if this isn't something that you want to talk about, or if it's not the right time for you. I'm here for you. I'm thankful for you. And I love getting to know you. So when you follow up or you close, and we have amazing training for this later too, but open-ended questions have changed everything for my own business, and they've changed the way that my team closes the sale and connects, whether it's with their teammates or their potentials. Okay, so again, I shared open-ended questions are my secret weapon. They are the way that I create leads. They're the way that I prospect. So I'm just going to read this off and give a little bit of explanation. So remember, like I said at the beginning, we have to be interested before we can be interesting. We have to learn about people before we can recommend something truly. So when you ask open-ended questions, you're creating a sharing environment where people want to open up to you. You're not making the conversation about you or your product. You're asking them questions that are going to allow them to give you details so that you can figure out if they are a fit or not. So while giving information is always critical to the Plexus sale, thoughtful questions give you the informed power to close. Think about it. If you've asked a bunch of open-ended questions and you know a lot about what that person's going through, you're not going to have to give them a couple options of what the welcome pack is that they need. You're going to know right away because you have paid attention to everything they're sharing. So here are some examples of open-ended questions. What's your current health goal? Have you struggled with your digestion in the past? How does this sound? Maybe when you send a video, right afterwards, you follow it up with, what do you think about this? Or have you considered supplementing? When you use open-ended questions, you are going to shift the power to yourself by allowing them to be the highlight. Okay, we're gonna do a couple posts examples. So this is one of my posts. This is not my favorite post. I'm just gonna be honest with you, okay? I got people to interact with me, all right? But this was a little generic, right? It's a stock photo. It's really it was a long, scientific sounding post, and it didn't say anything about me. It didn't say anything about my experience. So it was generic, it was slightly hard to read, and I didn't really have connection. I mean, I didn't give anybody the opportunity to learn my story. So while I was giving information, I wasn't disarming anyone by sharing why it meant something to me. Next one. Okay, so this is a post that I believe really drew people in. I had a ton of engagement on it. It was definitely about the business, but it was me. You know, people in my network knew that I had just recently bought a home with my Plexus income, and I was super pumped about that. But using that image to share about the business was something that I feel like really draws people in. So this was personal, right? I'm sitting in front of my new house. It talked about the opportunity, but it didn't scream Plexus, okay? And I feel like from the interaction I got on the post, people felt connected with me. They wanted, it was a simplified post, but it gave them the opportunity to connect in. So we have, there was another one, but that's okay. It's all good. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much, Sadie. Appreciate you bringing that tonight and all the great tips for everybody, especially about open-ended questions. I'm sure that that's key for not only your enrollments, but also your retention, which is huge for not only growing your business, but also earning these credits in the success sprint, right? So now I'd love to do a quick giveaway to someone that was pretty active here in the chat. So the first giveaway is going to go to Lakeisha Jackson. Thank you so much for interacting here in the chats, Lakeisha. And now I'm going to turn it over to Wendy.
Hello, everyone. I am Wendy Lindahl, and I'm part of your regional sales manager team. And I'm absolutely privileged today to announce our next speaker. She's a Sapphire ambassador who hails from beautiful Kingston, Ontario. She is a wife to John and a mother of 4 amazing kids. She joined the One Plexus family in 2012, and she has been unstoppable ever since. She is on fire, and she's leading one of the fastest growing teams in Canada, in the Canadian market. So please help me welcome to the virtual stage, Leanne Beckwith, who's going to be supporting each of you in Plexus conversation. The stage is yours, Leanne.
Hey, thank you so much, Wendy. Hey everyone, it is such an honor to be here, and Sadie just killed it in opening up our training here tonight. So you better have more pens and papers ready, because there are a few speakers coming after me that are going to just rock it as well. So we are going to talk about how to open up conversations. And we're going to talk about building relationships, because we are in a relationship business. That is what it's about. And so you have to be invested in others. And like Sadie said, you have to be interested before you're going to be interesting. And so it's all about relationships. So I want you to think about it as finding the focus of what people's needs are. What is someone's need? And so when you're opening up conversations, that's one of the first key things that you're going to want to look for. You need to find a need. And so is that need weight loss, or is it income? Is it energy? Is it health? What is it? And what are they needing from us? Because here at Plexus, we know that we have something that everyone needs. And if somebody tells you that they don't need anything, then they are lying. They are lying to you. So I like to open up conversations. If this is in my warm market, and I'm messaging somebody that maybe I know have went to high school with or have some sort of connection in some sort of relationship to them. This could be an example of one thing that I will use here and saying, you know what, you've been on my heart, and I'm totally asking this out of the blue, but have you ever considered making a little extra income? You know what? Nowadays, everyone needs a second stream of income. We've all just been through a year where people have realized very quickly that their 9 to 5 can be gone overnight. And so every individual needs to have something from home. They need to have multiple streams of income, and we've got that answer. So this is just one of my starting conversations where, have you ever considered making some extra income? Just started a very meaningful opportunity. I've been involved in Plexus for years, and I'm focusing on helping other people increase their health and their happiness. I'm simply reaching out to folks that I know, and I would love it if you would take an opportunity to look at what I'm doing. It's simple. It's not salesy. Something else that I love to open up with is, this may or may not be for you. That's a really great, easy conversation to start with. It may or may not be for you, because that is saying, you know what, this is in your court. The ball's in your court. I'm not trying to push anything on you. I'm not trying to sell you something. I want to find the need and help you fill it. Go to the next slide. Okay, so continuing on with this, finding their need, it may be bigger than their why. A lot of people look at starting with, what's your why? Your why has to make you cry. How many times have we heard that, right? But find the need. The need is what's going to create that emotional connection, and then you're going to help develop that and be able to connect with that individual. Connecting is so important. We all need connection right now, I think more than ever. And so I would suggest to you, when you're making that reach out, I am a voice message queen. Everybody knows this on my team. Anybody that's worked with me, any conversations that I'm in, I am the voice message queen. I want people to keep my excitement. I want them to hear how sincere I am. I want them to know how excited I am 9 years later about this Plexus opportunity and how it's changing lives each and every day. So it may or may not be for you. Be genuine and compliment them. So this is another great one here. I've been thinking about you and I wanted to reach out. I'm not sure if you've noticed my last few posts. This may or may not be for you, but I admire you. I think you have such a genuine heart to help people, and I could see you thriving in our community. Would you be open to me sending you a couple quick videos for you to take a look at? Does anybody feel like I'm trying to sell you something when I open up the conversation with that? Absolutely not. So find something in the individual that you're reaching out to. Find something that is genuine. Find a compliment. You know what? You are so enthusiastic. You're so positive. I love your attitude. I love how you're sharing positivity through these moments of darkness. You know, whatever it might be. You've got such a great family. You're such an inspiration to your family. I love how your kids look up to you. Find a genuine compliment to connect with the person in knowing that they would be a great fit on your team. And then where do you go from there? Again, if you've heard me on any trainings, my team knows it. I am Genevieve, hands down. She has trained me well, where I am going to hammer the send, share, and invite system. Guys, we have the tools that Plexus has provided with us, and there is no need to reinvent the wheel. Use the tools that Plexus has provided for us and continue to use them. Don't reinvent that wheel, because the system works. So after you've opened up the conversation, hey, can I send you those couple quick videos? 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to take a look when you're genuine, when you're sincere, and when you're non-salesy. So what are you going to do then? You're going to use our sharing system, and it's so super simple. Anyone can do it, and you can duplicate it and teach it to anyone. That's how you're going to onboard quickly and how you're going to create duplication in your team. Use the tools. So you're going to send them a video. I love to share the microbiome video and the triplex video. Our opportunity sharing video is absolutely fantastic as well. So I'll send the microbiome video and the triplex because it's less than 5 minutes. We don't want to bore people. We know we're not going to have their attention for probably more than 5 or 7 minutes at most. 3 minutes really max. So when you've got 2 really quick, short, informative videos that the companies put out, use them and use them over and over and over again. So you send a video, and then what's going to happen from there? Find and connect with them again. Sadie mentioned this as well after sending a video. I love to use the wording of, okay, talk to me and tell me, what could you relate to in that video? Somebody's going to come back maybe with I never knew that 90% of our serotonin was produced in the gut. I can't believe that digestion is that connected to A, B, and C. So whatever it is they come back with, then you're going to respond because you've now found something that interests them. You've now found something that there might be a need of them connecting from their life to our products. So I again respond with, I know, right? I know when I first watched those videos, I not only thought of myself, but I thought of so many other friends and family that could use these products and benefit from what we have. What have I just done? I've planted the seed that they're already going to open up to sharing our health and happiness message. They're going to take these tools and they're going to use them themselves to share with their friends and family. I want to plant that seed immediately that it's so easy to share these products. So after they've watched the video, you want to connect their needs, find out what they could relate to. Respond with saying, I know, how interesting was that? And I could absolutely see you sharing these products with friends and family. And then you can invite them, whether it be invite them right off the bat to hear about how they can get started with the products, invite them to a virtual spin share, invite them to trying a sample, sending a sample through your Engage app, or inviting them to an event. Those are the tools that we have that Plexus has provided for us. So use that. Don't try to do this on your own. You're not the expert, and you don't have to be. Just use the tools that Plexus has provided. All right, next slide. Okay, so what do you say instead? Sometimes it just takes a little tweaking to our verbiage so that you're getting a greater response and you're not getting ghosted. Who out there has ever got ghosted? Maybe just a couple times. I may have once or twice, 1 or 2, just a few. So building these relationships is key. And sometimes it just takes that little tweak of wording. So look at the rephrasing of these words. A lot of times somebody can say, you'd be interested in, what if we said, would you be open to hearing more? How about, this would be so great for you? How about you say, why don't we check out if this is a fit for you and your family? Could this be a fit for yourself? Could you see yourself doing this? What about, I would love it if, notice how these words on the left, on my left right here, are a little more focused on yourself. Why don't we turn the tables and focus it on building the relationship with the connection we're trying to make and finding their needs? So I would love it if, what if you said, you might love this just as much as I do. You might find the community that you're looking for right now. You know what? You might just find a home here at Plexus. Could this be what you're looking for? So sometimes it just takes a small, simple little tweak in your wording and how you're navigating that conversation. Next slide. Building relationships outside your warm market. Now, Sadie touched on this as well. Social media groups are huge. And this is what we're building right now because it's what we've been given, right? We don't have any events in person and things. And so social media is huge. I'm going to challenge you to do this. I have been calling it this for almost a year now, virtual coffees. I invite people to virtual coffees all the time. So when you're joining your groups of interest, you want to make sure that you're adding value and engaging. You want to make sure that you're sending voice messages. That's where I talked about it earlier, where people can hear your excitement, hear your voice, they can hear your enthusiasm. And then if you can show your face by a virtual coffee and a video chat, it's even more meaningful. So social media groups, join groups of interest, add value and engage. Don't go in as a hunter, okay? A hunter is that you're going in for the kill the same day. You want to drag home your meat, skin it up, and eat dinner that night. We're not hunters. I want you to think like a farmer. You're going out to sow seed. You're going to sow seed, and you're probably not going to reap your harvest in the same day when you're building outside of your warm market. People need to get to know you, like you, and trust you. So you're sowing those seeds, you're commenting, you're leaving posts, asking questions, you're engaging and adding value to those brand new relationships. And the more seeds you're sowing, the greater harvest you're going to see in 30, 60, and 90 days. So don't be a hunter and try to go out for the kill today or tomorrow. Plant the seeds, water them, fertilize them, and expect that you're going to see a harvest in the next 30, 60, and 90 days. We have a brand new strategy that I just want to touch on really quickly in using social media groups. It's called the 5x5x5 strategy. And maybe you've heard of this, but if you go into social media groups, it's working really well for my team right now in our power hours. You go into 5 different social media groups. You pick 5 comments on a daily basis. Pick a comment that has a lot of comments, or pick a post that has a lot of comments on it. So you pick 5 groups, you go into 5 posts, and you leave 5 comments, but you then look at other people that have commented on the same post that you have. And you're going to like their comment, you're going to inbox them a message and say, hey, Sadie, and that's all you're going to say, and wait for her to respond. And when Sadie responds and says, hey, I'm going to send her a voice message, and I'm going to say, hey, Sadie, you know what? I loved your comment on that farmhouse decor piece and the group that we're both in. I just love how they whitewashed it, don't you? Thanks so much for accepting my friend request. I can't wait to follow you and find out your tips and tricks of what you're doing in your farmhouse decor. So you're going to do that. It's a new strategy we're using, and it's working really well, and it's expanding our market outside of our warm market. Next slide. All righty, I'm out. Thank you so much for having me tonight. I hope you got a few little nuggets, and you are going to totally enjoy the training from Julie.
Thanks so much, Leanne. Edmundo here with Plexus Regional Sales Team. That was such an amazing analogy between the farmer and hunter mentality, right? We're all farmers here. We're all building those genuine relationships. And that's going to be crucial to our success during these success sprint contests. I'd like to give one more giveaway. So if Judy Erickson, congratulations. We're going to send you some Plexus swag. So I wanted to just say thank you so much again, Leanne. I'm going to take it over to Jade so that she can introduce our next speaker.
Thank you so much, Edmundo. I appreciate you guys. Is he not awesome? Leanne was absolutely incredible. Super excited to be here tonight. If you do not know me, which I hope everybody does by now, I am Jade Smith, Northeast Regional Sales Manager. I cover quite a few states, so I will not name them all, but I do have the pleasure of working with this incredible woman coming up next. And she is just absolutely phenomenal, guys. Let me get started, because this incredible firecracker of a diamond, okay, has been on her Plexus journey for going on 8 years this August. 8 years, you guys, working her bottom off. She carries many hats with ease, all right? She's the wife of Mike, mama of 3, and former teacher who had no background in sales. But now she is the bomb.com with her ABCs outside of the classroom, because she always be closing, meaning her deals, all right? So without further ado, introducing Miss Julie Adams, who will be talking about closing the deal. Julie, take it away, girlfriend.
Hey, everybody. Yeah, I was kind of laughing about that with Jade, because my husband was talking about, if you've seen the movie Wall Street, and all the sales type stuff, and they're talking about the ABCs and always be closing, and all this stuff always sounded so like corny and cheesy to me. And it's funny that they asked me to do this because I have zero sales experience at all. I'm a teacher, a mom, a wife. And that's why I think this is so important for people to know that sealing the deal and getting people to join you and try the products is not about closing deals. It's not about being salesy. It's about these 4 things. So I want to talk about them quickly tonight, hopefully give you some tips and things that have worked for me. I by no means am the master of sealing the deal, but I've had my fair share of people where it took a while. It took, just like Sadie and Leanne were saying, once you do their steps, then you're down to the end and you're like, okay, how do I get this person to give this a shot with me? And the biggest thing is your mindset. If you don't think that they're going to join you, you're right. If you don't think that you can do this, you're right. So you have to have confidence in yourself that they do want to do this. Your approach needs to be genuine. It can't be something that's exactly what I do, because that's not you. It has to be you. You have to have your own confidence, and you have to have the mindset that you can do this. You also need to build relationships like they've talked about before. That all comes before this. So I'm kind of glad that they went through that so well, because everything before has to happen before this can happen. If not, it's not going to last. You've got to talk about the welcome packs. You have to let them know what's the best for them. Just like Leanne said, you have to flip the script. It's not about you. You need to see what will fit the best for them. And then you seal the deal. So the next slide, we're going to talk about how to do that. Hopefully I can give you some tips on kind of what that means. All right, so the first thing is the mindset. I used to think mindset was corny and wasn't even a thing when I started. And the more that I've done this, I realize how important that is in every aspect of my life. So the biggest thing is you're not bothering people. You could absolutely change their life. I've told my team from the very beginning, it's not about you. Get over yourself. And what's the worst thing that can happen? They say yes, no, maybe, or they don't respond. Like, did you die? No, you didn't die, but you could change their life. So once you get over that fear and you get over yourself, and the very bottom, you get out of your own way, then you have to realize the impact you could make on someone's life, and you will flip a switch and you'll say, I don't care. It doesn't bother me if someone says no. Yes, I want everyone on this planet to join me, but it doesn't bother me if one person says no, because I don't take it personally anymore. I used to. I cried the first time someone told me no. I cried the first time someone didn't answer me. You think that happens now? Absolutely not. It's just not their time. And I move on to help someone else and change and impact their life forever. That's the mindset that a lot of you need to have. Even if you've felt that rejection, you've gotten those no's, it's all about realizing that you could change their life, period. Okay, people will find value in the products. It's another mindset issue. And you just have to make sure that you have that framework to be able to get this done. Positive affirmations, I can do this. I'm a good leader. I love these products. I can share with confidence. Say those things, write them on your mirror. It makes a big difference. And then that awesome little quote on the side that Jade already had there for me. I absolutely love it. All right, next slide, please. Okay, so building the relationship, we've talked about that a lot. It is so key. You need to know your audience. You need to know kind of who you're working with, the social media groups, all the things that we have right in front of us for free right now. You need to decide what your audience is going to be like. For me, my main audience is moms. I'm almost 42, who are middle-aged, and we're trying to, like when I first started, was to lose baby weight. Like that was kind of my audience, but now I've expanded that audience. So know what your audience is, find commonalities, find those groups and those interests that are something that really is genuine to you. Don't go join some baseball group if you don't have any kids who play baseball. Like it needs to be authentic and it needs to be genuine. Okay, so make a little list of that. That will help you tonight. What are their goals? Again, this is not your agenda. What are their goals? Do they need to make $50 extra a month? Do they want to lose 10 pounds? They may not want to lose 10 pounds. Don't tell someone, oh, this is great for weight loss. And they're like, whoa, I don't need to lose any weight. Like, what are their goals? Find that out from the very beginning. What can Plexus do for them? Just like Leanne said, it's not about, oh, here's what it's done for me. Let them know what it can do for them. It changes everything. And finally, get out of your own way. Get over yourself. There's an amazing book. It's Get Over Your Blank Self. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, this isn't about you. Get over your fear. Like the first time I posted, the first time I messaged, I was about to throw up. And I had to get out of my own way to realize that I could absolutely help somebody change their life, give them an opportunity, but you have to get out of your own way and think about them. Flip the switch. Next slide, please. All right, so instead of giving them your website and saying, oh, here you go, check out the welcome packs, let me know how that goes. Like, I can't even keep track of our welcome packs right now. So once I've asked for their goals and I kind of figure out what I think would be a good fit for them, I send them, usually my two favorites are the Healthy Weight Advanced and Renew You, because that's pretty much my audience. But there's also Triplex. There are things depending on their goals. I give them two options. I give them the 209 welcome pack first, and I talk about the price and I say, hey, you know what? The most bang for your buck is this one. So check that out and let me know what you think. And then I work my way down. Okay. That came from Brianne Coolidge like 2 years ago. Another thing just kind of hit me on the side of the head. Like, why not start big? Why not start with the most effective, successful products that we have? And if that's not a fit for them, then we can go down to the 109s. If that's not a fit, then we can go down and maybe have them be a customer with just ProBio 5. Okay. So start big, go big, and you can always work your way down. You can default down, but give them the options that will fit for them the most. Don't give them your entire back office and say, good luck. It's not going to work. Next slide, please. Okay, so we've been over send, share, invite. I'm at the end. I'm the seal the deal girl. So I'm assuming this has all been done. If you have not done these things, you have to do these first. I always enroll now through the Engage app. It's an automatic 10% off. Make sure you're using it. It is efficient. It is succinct. It is amazing for my disorganized self. Make sure you're using Engage app. Always trying to enroll over the phone or Zoom. That's a huge struggle for me. I'm really good at like in the car line saying, here, do this, do that. But when I'm personally having a conversation, I can ask the questions after and get them comfortable with what they've just signed up for or what they've just ordered. And I always set up for success at the very, very beginning. This came from Jennifer Lee. She said, make sure you're telling them from the beginning, okay, you're all set to give this a shot for 60 to 90 days. Give this at least 60 to 90 days because you know your body, it's not gonna be a quick fix. You're setting them up for success by letting them know this ain't happening next week. You're starting that retention from the very, very beginning. And go back one more time, this quick little thing at the end. This is something that my team does that is super funny and it works. When you get ghosted, when you have people who you're like, oh my gosh, I can't message again. This just happened last week. I said, girl, I scare you away. And we post a picture of the GIF of Forrest Gump running. It's hysterical. It works every time. If it's kind of weird and you don't want to message someone back, be weird to them, make them laugh. And you can see it's been really well, it's gone well, and she signed up the next day. Okay, be authentic. And the last ones, here are some things that you can screenshot if you want to. How do you close? The biggest thing I can say is being authentic. I'm a huge short and sweet girl. Like, girl, you need to do this with me. Let's do this. The very bottom one says, well, the next step is just simply enroll. Because it is that simple now. Signing up takes like 5 minutes. You simply enroll, get your welcome pack, start the journey. How's that sound? How's that sound for you? So find these things, tweak them to sound like you, put an emoji in, put whatever sounds like you. They're gonna see it a mile away if you don't voice message it or if you just copy and paste something that it's not yours. So make sure you make this your own. The next one are a few more. Melissa Darby put some things in here that are some great closing tips. Make sure you go back and screenshot these again, but make sure that you are making them your own, you're making them authentic. And if they're not ready, they're not ready. It's not the end of the world. Don't burn a bridge. I've had people years later say, all right, girl, I'm ready. I'm like, where have you been for 5 years? It's on their time. This is about them, not about you. And sealing the deal is not just about closing and getting those ambassadors and hitting these ranks. It's about them. It's about people. And you'll become much more successful at it when you start thinking about it this way. So hopefully that was helpful. And yep, here's some more from Melissa. Make sure you screenshot those. Sounds like you might be ready to simply get started. Make it sound like you, make it your own, copy and paste it, keep in the notes of your phone, and go, go, go. You're gonna do the beginning stuff, but once you get to this, take a deep breath and just be authentic and do some of those things, and hopefully that helps. Thanks, guys. Jade, are you picking me up? Who's next?
Amanda should be on to take it away, girlfriend. Julie, you were amazing.
Oh.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Hey everybody, for some reason my screen is not sharing. I have no idea what's going on. So anyway, thank you so much, Julie. I just want to say really quick to Julie. Julie's an Ohio State fan. I just want to say go blue. My name is Amanda Adams. I'm one of your regional sales managers. I support Iowa, Kansas, Nebraska, and Oklahoma. If you live in this region, drop some hearts in the chat. What great information that Julie shared with us this evening. Two great things that Julie touched on are confidence and starting with welcome packs. I would just like to reiterate the importance of starting everyone with a welcome pack and having the confidence in the products that you're promoting to do so. Welcome packs help set everyone for success with consistency. And we all know that consistency with products helps with retention. One of the easiest ways to earn Success Sprint credits is, you guessed it, retention. Before you know it, you'll be sweeping the Success Sprint prizes and saying, merci beaucoup in Paris. Take it away, Shannon.
Okay, how cute are you? Did you see Julie? She's like not having anything to do with the Go Blue.
I missed it.
So, yeah, she caught on quickly. And now we're getting to do some of the really fun things of events, and that's to congratulate some of you and recognize you for all that you're doing. So we've been hearing a little bit about the Success Sprints from the beginning, and there's going to be a segment coming up on that. But we want to give some big congratulations to those who are rocking the Success Sprint. We are 1 month into that first 90-day sprint. And there are just some of you out there that are, like I said, you're rocking it. So we want to give shout outs to Senior Ruby Ambassador Gilda Santana, Senior Gold Ambassador Misty Salter, Ruby Ambassador Christina Williams, Senior Gold Ambassador Anne-Marie Morel, and Ruby Ambassador Diane Moore. They are just rocking the Success Sprint, and we are going to be sending you some swag as a little congratulations and motivation to keep going and pushing for that 90-day Success Sprint. Okay, next slide. Okay, so you guys are all here tonight. You're on this event, and events are so important to your business and just growing as a Plexus ambassador. So just want to remind you guys of the wellness reveal that's coming up on February 17th. The link to register is there. Who's registered for this already? I sure hope that you are, because if you register by February 12th, you're also going to receive 3 samples in the Plexus Engage app. So there's a benefit right there. But even more importantly, you're going to learn about the new product that's coming out. You're going to hear tonight how to launch that new product. So this is definitely a can't miss event. As well as, next slide, we want to go ahead and give you the link for the next Virtual Express. I have seen the chat blowing up tonight about how incredible this information is. Would you not agree? I mean, you guys are hearing from top leaders exactly what they're doing to grow their businesses, and just, it's invaluable for you guys, or so valuable to have this information to apply to your businesses as well. So save the date for Thursday, March 4th. You can go ahead and take a picture or screenshot. You can register now. We're also streaming live in the Facebook Plexus Ambassador community. But we love it when you guys register for these events, and can't wait to see you then. So I have a few more giveaways to give away. So we want to recognize a couple more ambassadors who have just been super active in the chat tonight. First, Ash Marie and Aaron Long, congratulations. You also will be getting some Plexus swag. And then, like I mentioned, we're streaming live in the Plexus Ambassador community. So we want to include some ambassadors who are active over there in Facebook too. Nicole Woods and Tina Hopper, congratulations. You will be receiving some Plexus swag as well. Okay, next, it is really an honor for me to introduce all of you to our newest member to our sales team, our new Vice President of Sales, Story Pryor. Story comes to us with an extensive background and really accomplished career. She has over 15 years, yes, 15 years. I know she doesn't look old enough to have 15 years of corporate, agency, and network marketing experience. She's best known for building strategic, innovative, successful, and highly engaging sales and marketing strategies that drive results. So obviously that's why she's part of our Plexus family, right? She's obsessed with Kansas City sports. So I'm sure we all know where she's going to be on Sunday and which team she's going to be rooting for in the Super Bowl. She's a proud aunt and super close to all of her family. They actually have like their own hashtag, the Prior Pack. She knows that being a mom someday will be her greatest role in life, and she is happiest when helping others. So she's only been here a very short time, but she's already making a big impact. So let's throw a warm Plexus hello in the chat and welcome our new Vice President of Sales, Story Pryor. Story?
Awesome. Can you guys all hear me all right?
Yes,
Great.
we can.
Well, thank you.
See you too.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much, Shannon. I mean, gosh, can we give a huge shout out to Shannon? She is incredible. Can we get some love? She is Wonder Woman. I have loved being able to spend part with Shannon since my short time here, but I was so excited to be on this call and be invited to spend a few minutes with you this evening. And, you know, as I start this new chapter of Plexus, it just had me reflect on how I got here and how, and as I get to know you, I would just love to share a little bit about my story because I am so passionate to be here. I feel like I could just jump through the screen. I mean, all of your text comments, the speakers so far, gosh, the energy, I feel it radiating. But I like to say that I grew up with network marketing in my blood. If we could get the great visual, John. My parents were top income earners in a health and nutrition company. So I grew up network marketing in my blood. This is a cover photo of my parents' company back in the day. At 8 years old, my parents were dressing my sisters and I up in our work costumes. As you can see here, the more, flair, glitter, confetti, sparkle, the better. Anything that you can wear that will spark a conversation, right? We traveled around to events. Our house was a 24-hour, 7-day working machine. And it was then that I caught the bug for sharing and giving and serving. And shortly there, at 10 years old, I was running a beauty shop out of my tree house, curling everyone's hair. I'd run around the neighborhood getting as many women as I could to come to my beauty shop because I love to bring people together to share. But you can imagine no electricity outside, so the curls weren't there. That job didn't last long. But finding another job to connect and meet and serve and give back, I chose bagging groceries. So from beauty shop to bagging groceries, I was the one asking you to take your bags out to your car. Any opportunity I could get to connect and be with people. That is what I love to do. Again, loving to connect. I made the art of party planning a degree as I was the social chair of my sorority at the University of Kansas. So huge shout out to my Kansas people. I just also need to give a shout out to Jacqueline Stanley and Emily Fennell, as I am blessed to call them sorority sisters. Had Plexus been around when Jacqueline and Emily were in the field, they'd of course turned one of our campus fountains into a Plexus pink drink, I'm sure. But as Shannon mentioned, over the past 15 years, I have worked in the sales and marketing agencies. I have worked for a vendor for multiple network marketing companies and on the corporate side. I've been so fortunate to lead a sales team and creating event and company culture. But network marketing is the greatest industry on the planet. And it's where I was meant to be. And it's where you were meant to be because you are here today. And, at the end of the day, don't we all just want to talk about things we love, share them with as many people as we can? That's exactly what this is. It's truly, this is what the most beautiful industry in the world. At the end of the day, shouldn't we all be our happiest when we are giving back and we are serving others? And if I wasn't on the corporate side, I would want to be with you. I would want to be right there with you. I have so much love and respect for you. All the work that you are putting into yourself, your team. It's a ton of work, but it's a lifestyle and it should be a ton of fun. I love what Sarah said. If you're not an extrovert, maybe you're not so comfortable sharing or talking all the time. When you make this about them and helping them and serving, it just changes everything. I am with Plexus because I believe that with every fiber of my being, this company does it right. I took a lot of time to research and look into the company. I am so beyond grateful for Tarl and Alec and the entire leadership team. I mean, if you see the amount of experience, expertise, the talent, the leadership, there's hundreds of years of talent at the corporate headquarters working together. We are tirelessly around the clock pouring our hearts out. You know, and as Vice President of Sales, I'm committed and invigorated to help your businesses grow by supporting our incredible regional sales team and training teams. We've heard from some of them tonight. Alec and Tarl have invested so much in our company to create the greatest systems, best practices, best products, and continuously being innovative. Giving us the right tracks to run on so that we can create legacy businesses for you and your family and all the ones that you share Plexus with. I truly believe, and we know this because we're here tonight, that we are in the healthiest, most invested company to our health and wellness and health and happiness. I couldn't be more honored to make some global change and be part of the Plexus family. So, you know, I shared some of my jobs and the quirky things that I did to get here, and, you know, maybe drop in the chat, look at all the crazy things and situations and the jobs that have got you to where you are here today. But serving and sharing is at the core of where we're at. And we are all in this together. And I cheers to you. I thank you so much for investing in yourself tonight, for being here on the call, for getting so many of your people on your team, because truly at the end of the day, we are sharing things that we love. And it is a beautiful thing when we can have fun and do it together. You know, the speakers, Leanne, Julie, I've been writing so many copious notes. We've got a big more speakers coming. We'll be hearing from Genevieve, Genevieve, my goodness, what a heart of gold too. You've got such a great corporate team here to serve and support you. And I am truly, truly so honored to be here. But now I will give it over to Edmundo, who is an incredible father. My goodness, sharp as a tack. What a resilient leader on the sales team who deeply cares for your success. So look forward to meeting more of you, and cheers to us and a great rest of the evening.
Thank you so much, Story. We are so honored to have Story leading this amazing sales team. After hearing that story, do you not agree? Type in the chat a big KC if you agree with that. And with that being said, you know, under Story's leadership, we're going to have so many more amazing systems and programs like the Success Sprint contest that we have going on right now. But I want to give one more swag away. So I chose Joy Kraus. We're going to be sending you some Plexus swag, and I'm going to send it back over to Matthew.
Hey, Edmundo, thank you so much for that. I'm super stoked to be introducing our next speaker. You might already know her. She's happily married with 4 children who run 2 successful YouTube channels with over 2 million subscribers. She blends humor with fact, fun with reality, and provides the shot in the arm that can change the trajectory of your Plexus business. Her passion lies in empowering people to have all the choices of when to work, how much to work, and who to work with. Please help me give it up for our Senior Director of Regional Sales and Ambassador Training and Development, Genevieve Scory.
Hey, Matthew, thank you so very, very much. I am so happy to be here. Hello, everyone.
Brandon, really quick, I just muted it. I realize we are over 5 o'clock. Are you okay continuing on? And I'm happy to continue. But if you need, I know you've been interpreting for an hour, so.
Non-stop, so a little tired, but we can a little bit more if you wanted to hear Genevieve.
Okay,
we can try.
We'll do Genevieve and then we'll call it quits. Does that sound good? Or
Okay.
Do you need
Sure.
to
Yeah, we can try it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that okay? Because I feel like if you came tonight, you want to know all the things to really work your business. And sometimes like you got to get permission to break it down, right? We got to break it down. So we want to talk about success sprints tonight. And I want you to understand that success sprints are about quarterly engagement. So good. Success sprints are about quarterly engagement, and it's a contest that we are all playing. Next slide. Thank you. Oh, good. So here's how this works. Consistent activity will earn you credits over the course of the sprint, right? You're going to use those credits as you collect them, and the credits plus a recruiting minimum is going to help you unlock prizes in addition to the comp plan earnings. So I want to make sure, I'm going to stop right now. Point number 1, prizes plus comp plan earnings. Everybody type in the chat there, comp plan earnings, comp plan earnings, comp plan earnings. This contest is so much fun, except I feel like, if I can just tell you for a minute, we're missing out on what this does to help accentuate how incredibly lucrative our comp plan earnings are. So for all of the details, every last one of them, we have a Success Sprint toolkit that you can leverage so you can know all the things. So everybody type in the chat, all the things in the Success Sprint toolkit. So all the things in the Success Sprint toolkit, because I know you're wondering, where are all the things? And I want you all to say, in the Success Sprint toolkit, girl, in the Success Sprint toolkit, guy, they're in the Success Sprint toolkit. And the one thing that you want to know for sure is how to earn the points, and that is in this incredible PDF that is in that Success Sprint toolkit. So next slide, please. So here's the chart right here, all the things. I am not going to break down all the points for you. I am simply going to tell you some tips and tricks. Is that okay? Because it's all written right here, and you don't really want me to read to you when I can just tell you how to earn the points and leverage the comp plan. Okay, so I want to start off with this simple question. Next slide, please. What is it that we are doing here? We are focusing on business building activities that drive success. Amanda, I see you, girl. I am talking to you, girl. Yes, I am. Recruit, retain, rank up. I want you all to type that in the chat. Recruit, retain, rank up. Come on now, everybody. Recruit, retain, rank up. Oh, I might start saying it. Recruit, retain, rank up. Those are the 3 things that are going to blow your business apart this year. All the other things are lovely, but these 3 key activities are the drivers of success. So if you're asking yourself, what do I need to do to really knock it out of the park this year? It is recruit, retain, and rank up. Next slide, please. But before we talk about the activity, can we just answer the question, what are we really doing with Success Sprints? Because I don't want you to lose sight of what we're really doing. Next slide. So I want you to start right here. I want you to understand this. If nothing else, I want you to understand this. You are not selling stuff. You are not selling stuff. You are selling transformation. You are selling transformation. Selling transformation. So here's what sales is. My favorite definition of sales is this. Sales is the transference of inspiration. And the word inspiration comes from the word inspire, which comes from the word inspiritus, which means from the spirit. So I want you to get this picture. You are taking the thing in your spirit, the emotion you feel about Plexus and what it has done for you and your family, and you are taking that feeling out of your heart and you are transferring it to someone else. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Don't be selling the stuff. Unlock your potential by embracing that you are transforming people's lives. So when someone's sitting next to you somewhere, when we can sit next to each other, or you are on social media and you're looking at poor little Brandy who's having trouble and you're like, I gotta transfer some inspiration to this girl. I gotta transfer some inspiration. I have the opportunity to transform her life. Was your life transformed by Plexus? Of course it was. And so we are just simply stepping through that with the Success Sprints. So this contest, use this contest to help people dream. Use this contest to pay for your products and earn your extras. And use this contest to focus on business building activities. So let's talk about how that's done. Next slide. So we've got January, February, and March. That is the current sprint we're in. Even if you are brand new, even if you are sleeping, there is still time. Jump in. I want to see that in the chat. There is still plenty of time. Type that in the chat because it's true. Next slide, please. Here's how this works. Recruiting equals the retaining, and the retaining equals the ranking up. Recruiting customers and ambassadors, sharing at that level is the most foundational part of this program. You simply must think bigger, y'all. I'm serious. You must think bigger. You have to expand the amount of influence you want to have. You have to expand into bigger realms. You have to expand your community and your network. Next slide, please. All right, so January, you're going to recruit, retain, rank up. February, same, but here's what I want you to notice. There is a compounding effect here of consistency. You can compound your consistency. Notice that February and March, you are going to pick up points and credits based on the previous month's work. So there is no time. This is fun February. We are getting into fun February. We are embracing so that we can compound the effect through the back end and into the next sprint. Next slide, please. Go ahead, next slide. Okay, you know where all the resources are. We talked about that. Next slide. And I want to break this down for you. The prizes are amazing, but I have to tell you, you have to think bigger. And I'll tell you what I mean on the next slide. So many people are saying to themselves, so I'm gonna earn, and you pick a prize, right? Let's say you've decided I'm gonna earn that first prize level, or I'm gonna earn that second prize level. Can I just tell you something? You all should minimally be shooting for the third prize level. The third prize level. Because if you shoot for the third prize level and you fall short, you're gonna land at 2 or 1. Right? 2 or 1. If you shoot for 1 and you miss 1, come on. So if you're not, and you should be shooting for for Paris, right? Shoot big. I want everyone to type in the chat. I am a big dreamer and a big doer. I want to show you something on this next slide. When you enroll people, and we had laid out this simple path for bringing in 3 people in the course of your month, right? So month 1, you enroll 3 people and you're gonna get 120 credits, 120 credits. But look at this, Not only do you get 120 credits, and I know that so many people have said 120 credits, that's not very much. Don't tell yourself that, because if you layer in the comp plan earnings, I want you to see the benefit. If you had 120 credits last month, you have made $300 to $315 US dollars. That is not chump change. That is not chump change. Pay attention to your earnings in addition to the credits, okay? Don't just focus on the credits, y'all. You're missing out. Month 2, same thing. Month 2, you're gonna get in there. You're gonna do the same thing. You're gonna pick up 210 credits and a potential $394. So now look at what happens over a 3-month period. You are gonna end up with a total of $917 just going after the minimum level, y'all. Are you picking up what I'm laying down? Kelly, holy moly, is right. So I want you to understand this contest is significant. And when layered over the comp plan, who wouldn't want to play? See, you get to tell your new people now, listen, I know you said you didn't want to earn. I know you said you didn't want to share. But can I tell you, your first month, you are leaving $300 on the table in addition to some credits that you can use toward prizes. Let me show, I'm gonna make this slide available to all of you so that you can use it. All right, next slide. So simple, simple, simple.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and stop there. I do not want to wear out our amazing interpreter. So this went a little bit longer than I thought it would. It's probably gonna go for another 15 minutes or so. I actually have a phone call I have to make in 15 minutes as well. So Brandon, thank you. Guys, this Express is gonna happen again March 4th. So we will schedule again and we will prepare for 2 hours. I did not realize this was gonna be an hour and a half to 2 hours. So I just want to say thank you, Brandon. Thank you guys for showing up tonight. And I'm going to let you guys go and let Brandon arms rest. Good night.